You're tuned in to the TVL Rundown, a comprehensive look at the athletics and athletes within the Twin Valley League. Joined by Jeff Wurtz of the TVL Spotlight, I'm Max Blaske with KNDY. The TVL Rundown is a service of the Citizens National Bank in Greenleaf and Bruna Implement.
Another reason to make the Citizens National Bank your bank. With the century of experience, you know you can count on us for convenient banking and personal service for people you know and trust. With extended hours and online banking for all your financial needs. Another reason to make the Citizens National Bank your bank.
For the best in farming equipment with the service to back it, there is only one Bruna Implement Company, your local Case IH dealer. Since 1947, the staff at Bruna Implement Company works daily to provide the best parts and service when you need it, always dedicated to their customers. Bruna Implement Company has been family-owned for 3 generations, and they know what it takes to be successful as your area Case IH dealer. With locations in Marysville, Washington, Clay Center, Seneca, Hiawatha, and Humboldt, Nebraska. Stop by or give them a call today.
Welcome into this week's edition of the TVL Rundown. Twin Valley League tournament is in full swing, so we're going to jump right on into it. We're going to start by looking at the girls bracket. First, on last Saturday's action, Blue Valley beat Frankfort, Clifton Clyde beat Washington, and then Axtell beat Onega. But I want to talk about some Monday games, Jeff. 2 really good ones. We're going to start with is Hanover falling to Blue Valley 56-55, and then Axtell beating Valley Heights 59-54. I'll play a little recency bias because I was able to see those games, and I'm going to start with Valley Heights and Axtell. Axtell, now their first win over Valley Heights in a decade in that contest, was led by Caitlin Detweiler with 22 points to knock off the Mustangs, and a huge comeback too, as Axtell trailed by 11 at halftime, but came back to outscore Valley Heights 25-6 in the third quarter, and now the 6th-seeded Lady Eagles are in the semifinals of the Twin Valley League tournament. A heck of a win for Brad Brocksterman's group.
You know, we said this last week. The middle of the pack in this TVL tournament is dangerous. I mean, it is flat dangerous, and that's incredible. And we quote unquote predicted it, but honestly, you don't know in this tournament. And yeah, it's very nice to see all of these teams just going at it.
Yeah, we said it last week, and I think you said it too as well. 1 through 8 could win this tournament, and that's what we're looking at as in semifinals. It's 2-seed Lynn, 6-seed Axtell, 5-seed Centralia, and 8-seed Blue Valley. And talking about the Blue Valley Lady Rams, they knocked off the top team in Class 1A Division II, Hanover, Monday with a 56-55 victory. It was senior Brenlyn Brockman that pitched in a game-high 23 points for the Rams, and that one was nip and tuck. It was a 3-point lead for Hanover going into the final quarter, but Blue Valley outscored Hanover 23-19 in the final stanza. And kind of like the Axtell girls, that's Blue Valley girls' first win over Hanover since 2010, and a heck of a statement win for first-year head coach Quentin Cravens.
It was a total team effort in that one. It was an effort for all 4 quarters. I think we can both admit that. Blue Valley just played the entire time, and that's what's most remarkable about this. One of those teams could have shut down. They could have, in such a competitive game, somebody was bound to fall off, but neither one did. And we use this term a lot, but it was a battle in that contest.
And I know we've chatted about it. I've chatted with coaches over the week over at Washington. You know, this is a state tournament type feel when it comes to the level of competition that you're going to have. And not saying any discredit that if you lose, it's a bad thing, but they're really good learning opportunities for every one of these teams when they're going up against it. And with Blue Valley and Axtell's win, we mentioned it. Also, Centralia picked up a dominating win over Donovan West and Lynn over Clifton Clyde. So that means Blue Valley will meet Centralia Friday at 6 p.m. Lynn will match up against Axtell at 7:30. Both of those games live on FM 95.5. And Jeff, we were talking before. I think the one that sticks out to me is the rematch between Lynn and Axtell. Lynn got them earlier in the year, but you might be able to see two of the best point guards in the league in Bailey Peters and Caitlin Detweiler go at it Friday night at 7:30.
I'm excited. That's all I can say about that, Max, is we see matchups like this a lot in this Twin Valley League tournament, but this may be one of the best one-on-ones that we have seen in quite some time. I think both of these ladies are extremely excited every time they get on the court, but mentally prepared. You see a lot of comparison between the two, a lot of similarities. And yeah, it's going to be punch for punch, no matter what in that contest.
And you said it there, I think, perfectly. Matching up of styles. Both teams like to get up and down the court, use their defense to turn into offense. On the other side, the first game, Blue Valley and Centralia, my eyes will be on the post play in that game. Obviously, Blue Valley led by Brenlyn Brockman that down low. But for Centralia's team, Tava Gibbs is finally now healthy, and you pair her with Josie Haverkamp, and then the guard play that they've got from Hayden Kramer and Melena Becker and a few of those girls. Boy, that one's going to be one for the ages too, and especially where Centralia knows how to win. They are the reigning Twin Valley League champions, also state champions. This is a different team, but just the experienced, and I'm going to say versus the non-experienced in this set for Blue Valley. Blue Valley right now is, I think, playing with house money and has nothing to lose.
Well, and this is a talented Blue Valley team. It's nothing to discredit them because my eyes were opened to what Blue Valley can really do. I had only seen them once previously this year, and yeah, it is a very good team. Playing with house money, that might be, I understand where you're coming from, but they believe that they can get this done right now.
And I will reiterate what you said earlier in the year. I remember you saying, watch out for this Blue Valley's girls team, and they're showing what they're made of here at the TVL tournament. Now, as we flip our attention to the boys' side, at the time of recording, we know what second round action panned out to be, and that was top seed Hanover dominating Washington County Monday 92-40, while Clifton Clyde defeated Lynn by 10. Axtell took care of Centralia 69-52, and Donovan West handled Blue Valley 36-23. That means in the matchups, Hanover versus Centralia and Axtell versus Donovan West. And you said it, I think, in last week's program too, Jeff. Don't be surprised if some of these other teams like a Clifton Clyde and Donovan West make it into the semifinal round.
We have both seen Hanover multiple times this year. It's a very good group. But if there are a couple of teams that could knock Hanover off, they still have to be looking at their next game, not looking forward to Saturday. Hanover has to keep their eyes on what's coming up because there are at least a couple of these teams that really could make a big-time battle for the Wildcats.
And again, at the time of recording, we've had some great boys games, just running through it. Frankfort, Washington County went into overtime. I know Centralia and Axtell Monday night. That was a really close game at half. Lynn Clifton Clyde was a close game at half. So was Donovan West and Blue Valley. And these boys, just like the girls, they're showing what the Twin Valley League is made of.
That's what I've been saying for weeks. There's not a real downside to this bracket right now, to all of the teams in the TVL. Yes, there are some teams that have found, problems, but they have fixed them. They either have fixed them or are trying their hardest to fix them. And this is the perfect place to do it is at the TVL tournament. And you're going to see not just throughout the rest of the season, throughout the rest of the week, you're going to see improvements from Saturday to Saturday.
And we always enjoy the Twin Valley League tournament, but I think one of the fun things about it, too, is these teams are going to get right back into action next Tuesday with regular season. So look forward to that. And me and Jeff were chatting a little bit beforehand, wanted to give our listeners a little, stat of the week. And again, at the time of recording here, so far in this tournament, we have seen some incredible points put up by some individual players. I shared this with Jeff, but we have seen 11 different players in this Twin Valley League tournament between girls and boys play put up 20 or more points, including 35 from Sevi Wurtz versus Lynn and 30 points from Colin Shaughnessy in their win versus Centralia. And when you talk about filling up the stat sheet, there are a lot of players in the league this year that can most definitely do that.
We see the studs everywhere. I feel bad for those who have to create the all-tournament teams because, by golly, you've got a choice. There are going to be very, very good players that can't be among the top groupings, and they're going to feel left out, and probably for good reason. It's just that loaded right now. So many excellent numbers. When you threw that number at me, my jaw hit the floor when you throw the number at me there. But then again, you think about it and you think of who it is, and it's, okay, yeah, that's pretty reasonable too.
I think you used a good word in there, reasonable for sure. And a few of those players, one to highlight, Colin Shaughnessy for Axtell, he goes over 1,000 career points. He's had outings of 30, 30, 44, 26, 38, 33, and 30 points in his last 7 games. Meanwhile, I think Sevi Wurtz is going to break the Clifton Clyde school record in scoring. And we also saw another one drop last Saturday, and that was Quentin Aldifer dropping 32 points and a Centralia school record, 10 threes in that contest. So this tournament, again, the best in the state, but it always brings out the best in every player.
And that's what it is. I use this term, and I probably use it way too much. Iron sharpens iron. It's just good players hitting the court, doing their best, and it's magnificent to watch. We have the best job in the world. We can just sit there and watch all of this history unfold and get paid for it.
I love the term watching history unfold, and you have to sit back and marvel at what these players are doing because, like you said, it's history in the making. And I mentioned it earlier, KNDY will have full broadcast coverage of the boys semifinal starting at 6 o'clock on Thursday on FM 95.5. We'll have girls semifinal on Friday, and then championship action will start with the boys at 4 p.m. and girls at 5:30. And as always, Jeff, you've been doing such a great job of keeping everyone on form and scores and updates. And if they haven't already, where's the best place to find that information?
Head over to social media, TVL Spotlight on both Facebook and Twitter. I'm also uploading on TVLspotlight.com, a new podcast coming up today.
As always, we're going to close down this best week of the year, which is the Twin Valley League Tournament. We'll be back with another edition next week of the TVL Rundown with a full recap of the tournament and getting you ready for postseason play, which is less than a month away.
You've been tuned in to the TVL Rundown, a comprehensive look at the athletics and athletes within the Twin Valley League. Joined by Jeff Wurtz of the TVL Spotlight, I'm Max Blaske with KNDY. The TVL Rundown is a service of the Citizens National Bank in Greenleaf and Bruna Implement.